the intro first? You don't like it?
The Animated Anarchy series presents the Animated Hour of Power.
All right, what's up, everybody? We are live. And Eric, to answer your question, Sean likes the not entire intro to play, but he doesn't want anybody to miss 2 seconds of that beautiful intro he created.
Darn right.
Okay.
So,
Fair
I spent over an hour making that motherfucker.
Sean, I need one of those for my Twitch.
I'm still working on my own too.
yeah. So, man, they're really using Sean here. All right. Welcome to the
charging you.
Used and abused.
Yeah. Welcome to the Animated Hour of Power. This is episode 22, part of the Animated Anarchy series. Of course, I am your host, Dutchie, joined as always by Money E. Yes, he's there. Apparently, he doesn't want to talk, which he doesn't really do a lot of talking during the show anyway. All right, Sean is here.
What's up?
That's how you let people know you're here, Eric. And, of course, Wildcard Dave.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, you do that.
Say what's up.
Yeah, you waited until 20 seconds after I introed you.
Oh.
All right. So this, of course, is episode 22 of Animated Hour of Power. We got some big matches here tonight. Each battle kind of has a little bit of stakes to it. We are going to see Ace Ventura Pet Detective take on Men in Black, the animated series. If Ace Ventura Pet Detective gets swept tonight, they are in that bottom of the barrel territory. Mob Psycho 100 is going to take on Samurai Champloo. If Samurai Champloo sweeps Mob Psycho 100, then they are going to be in that upper echelon territory. The first anime to do so if they are able to do it. Street Sharks is going to go against Mummies Alive. If Street Sharks gets the sweep, then they will be in that upper echelon territory. And our main event is going to be ALVIN and the Chipmunks versus Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Now, and here's the big one. If Scooby-Doo, Where Are You gets swept, then they will end up with negative 20 points, and they're going to be in the bottom of the barrel territory. So, and we're going to have we're going to have that whole Scooby-Doo fan base probably mad at us. And then I'll just give them Eric's address, and they can go after him. So, what's going to happen here is we're going to have the randomizer going. 5 categories are going to be selected via the randomizer. These guys are going to judge. If a show wins 3-0, it's 30 points. 3-1 is 20. 3-2 is 10. 5 for the loser. If you are swept, then you will lose 10 points. We are going to get this going here. All right, can everybody see the screen?
Yep.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, it's just going to be one click, and we're going to see what happens. All right. Well, we don't get the M word, which I'm sure everybody's okay with. How do we feel?
I love it.
All right. Dave?
Hold on, I'm writing them down. Culture impact. I like it. I like it.
A good mixture of everything.
All right, so it's overall enjoyment, animation style, cultural impact, voice acting, and theme song. Sean, how do you feel about this?
I like them. It's a pretty solid lineup.
Yeah.
Just as good as last week.
What?
2 weeks in a row, we get good lineup.
Yeah.
Definitely going to be some sweeps into this one, though.
Now, here's the thing: are they going to be the? Are they going to go the way that in order for somebody to either go bottom of the barrel or go up into that upper echelon, or are they going to go the opposite way, which they've gone a couple of times before?
Has to be opposite.
Because
I guess we'll just find out.
well, yeah, we are going to find out as soon as. But remember, just a couple weeks ago was Gem and the Hologram. This is one of the ones I remember. Gem and the Holograms took on Denver the Last Dinosaur, and Gem and the Holograms had that opportunity to get into that upper echelon, and they're the ones that got swept. I mean, it's happened a few times. So, all right. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start with Ace Ventura Pet Detectives versus Men in Black, the animated series. Both movies both cartoons are spin-off of movies. Ventura Pet Detective in the division of Will Penn. They're 0-1. They have negative 10 points. Men in Black, the animated series, in the division of John Mealy, just 0-1. So somebody's going to get their first win, and Ace Ventura, there's a possibility they could get swept and end up in that bottom of the barrel territory. All right, we're going to start with overall enjoyment, the easiest category to judge because it's just basically what did you enjoy more. And Sean, you're going to start us off.
Cool. I have Men in Black taking this one. I just enjoyed watching it more because it was more of a defined show, in my opinion, between comedy and serious. And Ace Ventura was kind of just more of the goofy, not so serious type of show.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, that's basically what it was. It was basically just a more dumbed down version of the movie.
Yeah.
But at least for the movie, at least for the movie, like as dumb as it seemed to be, it worked for the movie.
Yeah, I think it's just because it's a movie, it's the continuation, and the show has so many episodes that after a while it gets very annoying.
Yeah. Well, tell me about it. I watched like 5 episodes the other day. I was about ready to put my head through the wall.
I made it through 3.
Well, there you go. All right, Eric.
Men in Black, not even close. I thought Ace Ventura was boring.
All right. All right, Dave, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with these guys.
Story.
I'm going with Men in Black. I like the sci-fi fighting aliens type ordeal. I like the concept of their show. I thought it was pretty decent.
Yeah. All right. Men in Black's up 1. 2 more, they get to sweep, and Ace Ventura goes to the bottom of the barrel with a bunch of other shows. All right. Animation style is up next. Who had the better animation style? Dave, this is your favorite category, so you're starting.
Yep. I'm going with Men in Black here. I think it was a little sleeker, a little more detailed character designs, more fluid action sequences as well. I think they did a lot better job in this category.
All right. Sean.
Yeah, I agree. Men in Black deserves this one, in my opinion. Just a lot more moving components in the show, like especially like Dave said with the aliens, the shooting and stuff like that. And Ace Ventura was kind of just one symmetrical.
Yeah. All right, Eric.
Sweep it. It was more cleaner, more detailed, especially the action scenes.
Okay. All right. So, well, this isn't starting the way I'm sure Ace Ventura fans wanted it to start. All right. Men in Black's up 2-0. One more category. If they win the next category, they sweep. And then, we'll start it right off with somebody going into the bottom of the barrel. Cultural impact. They both come from movies. They're both, and by the way, both very successful movies too, by the way. which is why they got the green light to become animated shows. And but who had the bigger cultural impact? I was going to start with Eric, but he's taken himself. Maybe his mommy called him. Oh, there he is. Eric, you're starting.
No, I was just closing the door.
Ah,
I can start.
well then
I
go
was
ahead.
closing the door. I went with Men in Black.
Okay.
I thought their impact was more fluid and had a bigger impact. I think Ace really had an impact.
All right, Dave.
Yeah, I went with Men in Black here too. I think the tone and cohesion for the show complementing the movie and vice versa, I thought gave a consistent experience for the viewers. I think it's relevant to this day as well. Maybe not the cartoon itself, but Men in Black as a franchise. Ace Ventura, you don't really hear about it too much anymore. And I feel like the show itself has some legacy issues. It's kind of criticized with a transphobic plot twist and jokes and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I don't think in the modern era it has much of a impact.
Fair enough. All right, Sean.
Yeah, I also had Men in Black winning this one. Just being a continuation from the movie with a good story behind the show, I think impacted it a lot more than Ace Ventura just being that wacky, goofy, comedic type of show.
Yeah. And plus also Ace Ventura sucked.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, that's like the big that's the
This was
biggest
a
thing.
sweet-
It didn't do the movie any justice.
No, not at
think,
all.
I think the show kind of, I mean, it doesn't live up to the movie, obviously, Men in Black, but at least it continues the story of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some
And, like,
cohesion there.
Yeah, and like obviously some stuff are changed. Like, you know, some of the bad guys are actually good guys and whatnot, but you'll have that.
Yeah.
Ace Ventura, like, what's the plot? You know, nothing ever really changes.
Yeah. So, all right. Men in Black's going to get the 3-0.
It was a complete sweep.
Yeah. All right. Men in Black's going to get the 3-0. They're going to get the 30 points. Ace Ventura, bottom of the barrel for you. And this time, like stage 1, they lost to Blue Exorcist, which obviously, duh. This time around, like you actually get to see that Ace Ventura really is a bad show because they're going up against another cartoon. By the way, technically almost same time period. So it's more of an even match.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to go on to the next battle, an anime battle. It is Mob Psycho 100 in the division of Pat Skelly, 1-0, 20 points. Taking on Samurai Champloo, 1-0, 30 points in the division of Mike Burns. Again, like I said, Samurai Champloo sweeps it here. Then they move into that upper echelon, which, by the way, will be the first anime to do such a thing. We go first to overall enjoyment. Dave, this is your brand. This is your genre. So therefore, it is your turn.
I like them both for their own way, but for me, I'm going to have to go Samurai Champloo. I like the atmosphere. I like the vibe. I like the music they have in there. It brings sort of a charm to the episodes. I feel like it does a pretty good job, going along the lines of its predecessor of Cowboy Bebop. I think they do a really good kind of blending a little bit of that into here as well. That's nothing against Mob Psycho, though. I thought they did a really good job. They have visually stunning animation, strong character growth, and whatnot. So it's nothing against them. I just like Samurai Champloo a little more.
Okay. All right. That's why the category is called overall enjoyment, because basically this is the one category we can't get in trouble for.
Yep.
I mean, we can't technically get in trouble for the other categories either, because I'll just go tell you to stick it in your ear. Eric, you're up.
Yep. I'm going opposite of Dave. I'm going Mob Psycho 100. I I just enjoyed that more.
Sean, do you think he did this to you on purpose?
Probably.
All right.
More than likely.
All right. 15 minutes in, Sean, you're breaking a tie.
I went with Samurai Champloo here. I just like the concept in the story a little more than I did in Mob Psycho 100.
Okay. All right. So Samurai Champloo starts it off. They're 2 away from the sweep. So it very well could happen. It just depends on the rest of the categories. We move on to animation style. Sean, just so you can't break the tie in this next category, you're going to start.
I'm sticking with Samurai Champloo. I think the drawings were a little more defined and like more edgy, more tone to it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't a big fan of Mob Psycho 100, like anything.
Right. Okay. All right. Eric.
I'm agreeing with Sean's Samurai Shampoo. I saw it was more detailed, more cleaner, more.
All right.
Dave's picking Mob. Bet you.
You are?
Yep.
I've been
Why
watching.
didn't you raise your hand so you could go second?
I've been
Because I
watching
thought
this
Eric was
movie.
going to go with Mob too. I thought he was. I thought I
So
read
did I.
Eric.
That's why I let him go second. If
I've
you
been
would have
watching
raised your
his
hand,
facial
I would have had
tones
you
change.
call.
Yeah, I know. Next time I will. I just think it's psychedelic sequences are kind of unique. It's got high octane fighting scenes. I think it's got more creativity in its animation. I think it's pretty visually stunning at times. I feel like Samurai Champloo it's consistent. Its style is action-based animation style, which is great. It's perfect for fitting in its era, but Mob Psycho has more modern technology to use and whatnot, so I think its animation is just a little better.
Yeah, he should
think
have
it was very
definitely went like
close.
second.
Yeah. If he would have went second, then Eric probably would have agreed with him, and Mob Psycho would have gotten the category.
But sometimes that's another reason why I don't
Yeah.
raise my hand to go, because I also don't want to change someone else's thought of why they're going with something. But I did really think
Unless the anime
Eric-
is going up against a cartoon.
sometimes, yeah. It depends. But I thought Eric was going the one way, so
Yeah.
that's
Doug
why I
Loki
didn't.
in our chat, they conspire.
I
don't
have no
inspire
doubt.
nothing.
Eric's
have
like,
no-
I didn't got time. I'm just gonna pick everything Dave does. And I'm like, don't do that.
Well, if you don't pick on him so much, maybe he'll actually start agreeing with you.
I don't want him to agree with me. I want him to have his own opinion.
Yeah, he's just not wired that way. He is a people pleaser. He wants to agree with whoever, and usually it's going to be the person that gives him the less crap. So it's not going to be me. And
Love you, Eric.
over the last few weeks, it sure as heck is not going to be you. So that leaves one more.
Well, that's what happens.
A
I
nice
hold a
guy.
grudge. I've
Yeah.
been holding the grudge.
Wait,
So-
Nice guy.
Doug, I agreed with you last week. I think I agreed with you more than Dave.
Yeah.
Hold on,
did.
actually, you know what? I think you're right. So I don't know. So that just basically just threw everything I've said out the window, because I'm pretty sure I still was giving you crap during the show. So
This is where you cue back a clip.
He said the boss is a judge this time. I gotta please him.
yeah,
Gotta
Maybe-
keep my job.
maybe the reason for you agreeing with me last week is just Stockholm syndrome. Who knows? All right, all right. So Samurai Champloo.
I like to keep you on your toes.
Yeah. So if you keep me on my toes, though, I mean, the rest of my body might not be able to support the weight of the rest of my body. All right. Samurai Champloo is up 2-0. So they can get the sweep with this next category, which, by the way, is cultural impact. They're both animes. How impactful are they? Dave, I'm not gonna wait for you to raise your hand. I'm gonna call on you right now. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I'm going with Samurai Champloo here. I think it's an absolute classic. I think it's had a major legacy that it's definitely had. You're blending kind of like the Japan Edo period with modern hip hop culture and music. So it's got that musical influence, um, that infusion of like Japanese and hip hop and stuff like that. So you're bringing multiple groups in. It's also been out longer, so it's had more time to make an impact.
Yeah.
It's made its impact. I I can't say the same for Mob Psycho. It has a fan base, but I don't think it's left an impact yet.
Okay. All right, Sean, go ahead.
Yeah, I also went with Shampoo here. Bunch of stuff I saw is like their impactful was really great because of the longevity, but also like they were in some of the top tens for top anime DVD sales
Yeah.
back in like 2005 and 7 era. And I didn't really find much about like how big of an impact Mob Psycho was, other than maybe a cult following for that genre. So,
All right, Eric.
I actually went the opposite. I went Mob, but it doesn't matter now. But from what I read, it seems like they have a bigger impact. But
we could add to the drama of this. You guys can raise your hands to let me know when you want to go.
I thought about it, but I wanted to give Sean a break.
liar.
All right.
I knew we can agree with Dave. So.
All right. So be that as it may, Samurai Champloo gets the 3-0 sweep. So they get the 30 points. Now they move up. They are in that top of the leaderboard. Well, they share it with 7 other shows, but they are in that upper echelon, that top tier of shows with 60 points. By the way, they're the first anime to do it. They're going to join Teenage Mutant.
Going to be a sweep. But...
Huh? You didn't think it was going to be a sweep?
I thought this was going to be closer.
Yeah. But so they joined Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mighty Ducks the Animated Series, Muppet Babies, Magic School Bus, Alf the Animated Series, 16, not Flintstone Kids, they're in the bottom. The Real Ghostbusters. Now you can put Samurai Champloo in that top tier. So first anime to do it. Probably, and there's a chance that there's going to be other animes that do it this week, and I'll get to that when I plug Wednesday's show. But all right, so now we move on to another battle where a show can move up. They can also get into that upper echelon, and it is Street Sharks versus Mummies Alive. By the way, Mob Psycho 100 will lose 10 points, but that'll just take them to 10. They're still going to have positive territory, or they're still in positive territory.
Right.
All right. Street Sharks versus Mummies Alive. Street Sharks 1-0, 30 points in the division of Eric's brother Chris. And Mummies Alive 0-1, 0 points in the division of Lisa Skelly, who happens to be my aunt. Another underlying storyline here is so far Eric's brother is 1-1 against my family members, including Street Sharks beat Trigon, who is in my brother's division. They swept Trigon in stage 1. So not that really means anything, but Eric's brother, does pretty good against the Hummer clan. All right. But so if Street Sharks gets the sweep here, they will also move up into that upper echelon territory. Overall enjoyment is first. Which show did you enjoy more? Eric, you're going to start.
I went Street. I just like the overall enjoyment of that. I didn't really enjoy it, Mummies Alive, so I enjoyed Street Sharks.
Okay. All right. Dave, go ahead.
I think I'm gonna go the other way. Um, I'm gonna go with Mummies Alive because I kind of like their concept and their story a lot more. I do like the powers that they get; they're kind of unique as well. Um, and I kind of like the culture of the Egyptians and like the pharaohs and that type of Egyptian mythology that they got going on. I thought it was pretty interesting. So that's why I'm going with Mummies Alive. Street Sharks. I'd like that too. It kind of reminded me of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles a bit.
I mean, that's like what they were going for.
Okay.
It is like what they were, because you see the success of Ninja Turtles, which, by the way, was still going on at this point. So they're just like, all right, we need other shows that are going to be kind of like that because that concept works.
Right.
All right. Sean, now this time Dave put you into position to break the tie.
I went with Street Sharks. Yeah, sorry, Street Sharks. I don't know. It was just more enjoyable to watch. I just like tuning into it. I think the story was interesting, and there's more to it than Mummies Alive was.
Okay.
For me, at least.
Yeah. Now we move on to animation style. Street Sharks is 2 away from a sweep. Who had the better animation style? Dave, this is your category, so you're going to start.
I'm going with Mummies Alive here. I thought it was more fluid. I thought there was more detail in animation compared to the Street Sharks. I thought the character detail was a lot more significant as well. So that's why I went with Mummies Alive.
All right. Sean, why don't you go?
Yeah, no, I went with Mummies Alive here. I think there is a ton of a buttload more of detail involved.
All right. No sweep happening, Eric, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going with Mummies Alive. I thought it was more detailed.
All right. No sweep happening here. Mummies Alive did win a category. So now we move on to cultural impact. You don't really hear a lot about both shows except for just last year, or not even that. I think it was actually 2 years ago, back in 2024, to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the show being released. There actually were 30th anniversary Street Sharks figures released. So they're still kind of remembered. You can obviously find them on a couple of streaming services. Mummies Alive is kind of like one of those hidden gems that, like, when you watch it, you do kind of get into it. But it's not necessarily like so it's not necessarily like as remembered, except for by like a niche audience. You can almost kind of say the same thing for Street Sharks too. But Eric, why don't you start?
I went with Street Sharks. I thought the culture, from what I read, it just seems like they had a bigger impact.
Okay. Dave?
I'm going with Street Sharks. It had a longer run, greater success. I think it had a stronger toy line as well. It's got continued relevance. I think it's getting reboots and whatnot, right?
They're talking about it.
Yeah. See,
I mean, there's a lot of animated shows though that are like getting, like, there's people that want to bring them back because the 90s was such a big time period for like a lot of those action adventure cartoons.
Right.
So there's like a lot of people that they want to bring this stuff back.
I also see more talk in groups for Street Sharks on like Reddit and Facebook and stuff like that than I do for Mummies Alive as well. So I think its impact is a little more lasting and a little more profound.
Yeah. All right, Sean.
Yeah, I went with Street Sharks. I just think it's more of a noticeable show when brought up. I think people would remember just even even if they haven't watched the show, they've heard of it.
Yeah.
Type of thing. And like Mummies Alive, I feel like that's more of the like, oh, I don't know about that one, but I have heard about something about Street Sharks.
Well,
plus their longevity.
Well, yeah, because I found out about Mummies Alive just because there's certain Saturday morning cartoon channels that I follow on YouTube that'll do like a stream of cartoons.
They only had one season, right?
Yeah, one season. They did 40 episodes.
Okay.
So I happen to see it. I happen to like it. I'm like, all right, we'll see how well it does in this series. And we'll go from there. They're down 2-1 right now, but again, no sweep is happening. So
if I read this right, the Mummies Alive first episode date was September 15th, 1997, and the final episode date was November 25th of 97.
Right, because they were one of those shows, Sean. They were not a Saturday morning show. They were every day.
That's crazy.
After school. Well, that's how syndication works.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, that's crazy that, it's only a month long with those many episodes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, yeah, but that's how syndication worked back in the days. You premiere every day, or you go, Monday through Friday, obviously. Mm-hmm. And that's how that worked. And then
that was a crazy time.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way it was done in the 80s. That was the way it was done in the 80s. Basically, while syndication was still technically a thing. Before everything got, was obtained by different networks. All right, we're going to move on to voice acting. Street Sharks can win it here in this category. Who had the better voice acting? Sean, you get to start.
I actually went with Mummies Alive on this one. I just like the dynamic between everybody more than Street Sharks. Kind of like the like the mythic sense you would get from watching Mummies Alive compared to, watching Street Sharks, where you're like, kind of like Dave said, kind of reminds you of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
In a sense. So to me, like, I think the cast for Mummies Alive did a lot better job than Street Sharks was.
All right. Eric, your finger went up. It better not have been your middle finger because this is a family show. But go ahead.
No. David's going to break a tie. I went to Street Sharks. I just like the voice acting better.
He sounded kind of forceful when he said that, too. He's like, Dave's going to break a tie. All right. But that is exactly what you are going to do.
Oh, which way do I fold? I'm going Mummies Alive here. I thought the quality was a little better. They also have some established talents like Scott McNeil, Cree Summer, and Gary Chalk. I do think their style was more professional and more serious, where Street Sharks, it was like maximum energy at all times, which that's okay, but I mean, there's no like serious moments. I felt it's just max energy on Street Sharks. So I went the other way.
All right. So we got a close one. It's 2-2. We're getting ready to go into the fifth category, which, by the way, this category has not been used a lot because it's usually put in a position to where we don't get to it. But we're going to get to it here. It's theme song. Now, both songs had words. So who had the better theme song? Dave, you broke a tie last time, but you're starting things this time.
I'm going with Mummies Alive. I like that rock metal vibe that they got going on. And I just was kind of fond of that vibe, that energy that they brought on that theme song.
Okay. Or go ahead. Keep going.
I thought it was kind of catchy, like the guitar riffs and whatnot, the fast-paced lyrics, vocals. I would say. I thought they did a pretty good job there.
All right. Very good. All right. Sean.
This one was a tough one because I kind of like both of them, but I gave a slight edge to Mummies Alive. It was
Street Sharks, I just felt like was super repetitive.
That's the only reason I didn't really pick them. Is Mummies Alive was more engaging to me.
Yeah.
It was more, like Dave said, catchy. But Street Sharks was a good one, but after, you kind of only want to listen to it for not even the full intro. You just want to kind of get right to the show, and it kind of defeats the purpose. Where Mummies Alive, it's like, I want to watch this intro because it's kind of, a collage of everything. It's balanced and flow very well.
Yeah. All right. Eric, go ahead.
I went with Mummies Alive too. I just thought it was more fluid and more. It was just better. I don't think Street Sharks one was all that great.
Okay. So Mummies Alive is going to take this. They win 3-2. Yeah, they're gonna go 1-1. They're gonna get 10 points out of this. This almost to me kind of feels like in the same vein of like Wednesday's show when it was New Kids on the Block versus Pirates of Dark Water, and there was that chance of Pirates of the Dark Water hitting that upper echelon and sweeping the New Kids, and New Kids on the Block stayed in long enough to get the win.
Yep.
So it's one of those that, like, okay, because I expected Street Sharks to win, maybe not sweep. And I think if there was a couple of different categories, I think they probably would have.
Yeah, I thought Sharks were going to win too.
Yeah. Because I do think if merch were a category, Street Sharks would have that.
Oh,
just because of
definitely.
how valuable their action figures are.
Yep.
Yeah.
I get originality. I would have gone with Mummies Alive because Street Sharks, as Dave said, is a kind of a ripoff of Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, that's fair.
But character development, I think, is a toss-up. Fan base obviously would go with Street Sharks. So, but
yeah,
yes,
one of our co-hosts is a big Street Shark guy.
Yeah, on the Wrestling Through the Years podcast, Clintus. He's not going to be happy about this. All right. Well, Mummies Alive gets the win here. They get points. They get a win. Main event time. It is Alvin and the Chipmunks versus Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Alvin and the Chipmunks 1-0 in the division of Derek Elstrom. They're 1-0, 20 points. Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? In the division of Mark Ritchie, 0-1, -10. Basically, the situation is this. If Alvin can get the sweep, Scooby-Doo moves into that bottom of the barrel territory. They're going to join Ace Ventura and several other shows. Overall enjoyment is the first category. Eric, you're going to start. Or actually, no, Sean, go ahead.
I went with Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?
Okay.
That show is iconic. I don't even know how to explain how much I enjoyed it over Alvin and the Chipmunks. It was just so much more enjoyable and captivating to keep watching and stuff. So,
yeah. All right, Dave.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Scooby-Doo, Where Are You here? I just thought it was more entertaining for a broader audience like children and adults. I feel like Alvin and the Chipmunks is more targeted towards children to enjoy with the music and whatnot. Watching it as an adult now, like as a kid, I loved Alvin and the Chipmunks, but watching them both now, I prefer to watch Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?
Yeah. All right. Very good. All right, Eric, go ahead.
I love both shows. Both are classics, but Scooby-Doo takes this. I just like the overall story of the mysteries and stuff, and obviously Scooby-Doo.
All right. Well, that just ended any talk of Scooby-Doo getting swept.
Yeah, I didn't think they're gonna get swept here. Obviously.
Well, they can't get swept now.
Yeah.
All right. So, Dave, Cat, knock out your computer again.
He's messing with me. Yeah.
Oh, what a jerk. All right. Animation style is up next. And Dave, why don't you start?
I'm going with Scooby-Doo. Where are you here? I thought it was definitely smoother animation. I thought its quality was quite better as well. I like the muzzle lines kind of that they used for their animation work for the character design. I kind of like that. Their quality, even though they had limited animation techniques, I thought they did really good job making the show's atmosphere spooky and stuff like that. So those animations, that takes some practice. Alvin and the Chipmunks, I just thought it was, it just felt really limited. Like I felt like they were reusing frames, limited character movement, stuff like that. I just thought its quality wasn't as good as Scooby-Doo. Where are you?
Okay. All right. Sean.
I put Scooby-Doo on this one. It was close, but I think there's just more components to the Scooby-Doo animation than Alvin and the Chipmunks.
All right. And by the way, Scooby-Doo is Hanna-Barbera, so.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm keeping my answers quick so I can mute my mic so you don't hear a crying kid in the background.
Gotcha. All right. Eric.
Scooby-Doo. This was close, as Sean said, but I think Alvin Chipmunks was a little flat on the details, but in Scooby-Doo was better detailed.
All righty. Well, this is a dramatic turn of events. Scooby-Doo's the 1-2-0.
Yep.
They're probably going to be, if they get this next category, they're the ones that sweep.
Yeah, and they're going.
By the way, the next category is cultural impact.
Yep.
I know where I'm going.
All right.
I know where I'm going.
All right. Well, Sean didn't say he knows where he's going, so he's going to start.
Well, I know where I was going to go, but to make it interesting, I'm picking Alvin and the Chipmunks because I think it was different to see talking chipmunks that can sing in perfect auto tune without using auto tune, and
That's a good point.
basically making what's the guy's name?
Dave.
I wanted to say Dan for some reason. Making Dave's life kind of like hell, but heavenly at the same time.
You can tell how much he loved the boys.
Yeah. I mean, he loved them, and they were just they loved him back, obviously. But it's kind of a good dynamic of like it kind of makes you look at the chipmunks as his children.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and not just a random animal off the street. But I'm mainly picking them just because of the perfect auto tune that they didn't have to use, but somehow manifested.
Yeah.
Unlike, Katy Perry and Taylor Swift and stuff.
Whoa.
All right.
Shots fired.
Pow, pow, pow.
Okay. Dave, you're up.
Yeah, I'm going Scooby-Doo here on cultural impact. I mean, it's enduring influence on television, it's storytelling tropes. It's, it's popularized the man in a mask villain trope type deal. I think they slayed it. I think their impact is everlasting. And it's widespread across multiple generations, Alvin and the Chipmunks, I think they do have a nice impact, but I don't think it's as powerful as Scooby-Doo.
Can I say one more thing?
Go ahead.
Scooby-Doo doesn't have a Christmas album.
No, they don't. But they have a Christmas.
They have multiple Christmas. They have multiple Christmas
episodes.
specials.
Don't have an album.
They do.
I don't see them singing their hearts out of banned Christmas music.
Well, I'll tell you what. Like, if Scooby-Doo did ever release a Christmas album, I probably would buy it.
Oh, for sure, me too. I was.
Yeah,
I'm
just
taking a
trolling.
listen. Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right, Eric, you're the last one up. You get to decide whether or not this ends here and Scooby gets out of the hole that they're in, or that we go another category. I'm pretty sure I already know which way you're going, but say it anyway, because
Sean almost swayed me, but I'm going Scooby-Doo. This Scooby-Doo.
Jinkies. Ruh-roh.
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
I mean,
Sean almost swayed you, but then you remembered Sean isn't Dave, so that's why you're going Scooby-Doo.
I thought I got him with the Christmas album. Honestly, I thought I got him with it. But
Yeah. Nice try.
You
Sean.
tried. You tried.
You
I
like
see
my
the little
microphone,
lawyer
man?
coming out in you.
Yeah. So
oh, I gotta keep
Again,
it interesting.
I just had to say that just for no.
Yeah.
Oh,
But do you guys like my microphone stand? That's not really a stand. It's for a controller. It's a fist. It's for your PlayStation or Xbox controllers, but I'm using it for my mic.
It looks like a medieval gauntlet.
clip
I
that.
could do this.
Oh,
Hey. Put that down.
I can do pinky.
All right. Scooby-Doo, where are you? Gets the sweep. Therefore, they get out of the hole that they were in. They're not going into the bottom of the barrel. I did not think that was going to happen, although upsets can happen on this show. As a matter of fact, that's actually how, Scooby-Doo losing in stage 1 was an upset. So,
Yep.
I just had a feeling it was going to be a sweep.
Glad Scooby made a rebound.
yeah,
I like Scooby-Doo.
so do I. But might not be a fan of the guy who has Scooby-Doo in his division, but that's another story.
It's not about him, it's about the show.
Well, yeah, no, I know. But I'm just saying. I mean, if he would shut up, he'd be a good guy. But anyway.
Yeah, Eric. No, I'm playing.
No, it's not him.
I'm playing.
It's
I'm
not-
playing. I'm joking.
Yeah.
Obviously, none of us have shows.
Yeah, no, we're not. I disqualified us from having a division in this thing. Just
Well, it wouldn't be fair if we had
Yeah.
our own divisions.
Yeah.
Because
We would have to invite 3 people just to judge.
yeah.
Yep, exactly.
So, all right. So, we've had Ace Ventura go to the bottom of the barrel. We've had Samurai Champloo go to the top tier. Scooby-Doo got out of the hole that they were in. So now we're going to move on to this upcoming Wednesday animated showdown. We're going to have, and again, these are also going to have battles that are going to be that are going to have some importance to it. It's going to be Lazarus versus Black Butler. If Black Butler sweeps, they're in that upper echelon. Resets versus Rocko's Modern Life. Star Trek The Animated Series versus Battle of the Planets. Jujutsu Kaisen versus One Punch Man. If One Punch Man sweeps, they're in the top tier. They're going to be in the upper echelon. And the main event is Schoolhouse Rock versus Animaniacs. That is going to be Wednesday afternoon on Animated Showdown. Next Saturday here on Animated Hour of Power. The Tick versus Teen Titans Go in a battle of bottom of the barrel shows. And I believe the loot, if one of them gets swept, they're going to be in that bottom tier. Samurai Pizza Cats versus the Exo Squad. If one of them sweeps the other, doesn't matter which one, but if one of them gets a sweep, they're going to be in the top tier, in the upper echelon.
Wow.
Let that sink in.
Clip that.
That Samurai Pizza Cats has that opportunity. 7 Deadly Sins is going to take on Solo Leveling. I believe Solo Leveling, let me look it up real quick because I do have it. Solo Leveling, yes. If they sweep, they will be in that upper echelon territory. So will 7 Deadly Sins if they sweep. So if the winner sweeps there, then that's a good opportunity for one of them to get into the upper echelon. So a lot on the line there. And the main event is Captain Planet and the Planeteers taking on SWAT Cats, the Radical Squadron. If the SWAT Cats sweep Captain Planet, then they themselves will be in that top tier as well. Yep. So a lot on the line also next Saturday as well. So a lot of big battles there. Make sure to like and subscribe to the When Tunes Combine YouTube channel. Join the Facebook group, facebook.com/group/When Tunes Combine. Make sure to find Sean or join TCA and become I'm reading his headline. Join TCA and become a part of something special. You can do so on either Twitch, TikTok, YouTube. He's also streaming on Kick as well. Find Dave on Twitch at TCAXGodsent95.
Yes, sir. And I just made my TikTok as well.
Yeah. You also find him on TikTok there. And join the Unscripted Sports Show YouTube channel. Also, or like and subscribe to it. I'm sorry. Like and subscribe to the Wrestling Through the Years YouTube channel. Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We are going to do the 2025 year-end awards. We did not do them last night because we didn't have enough time to do to come up with categories. But we are going to do them this upcoming Friday. Join the Dizzle97 YouTube channel and Twitch, and also like and subscribe to the Stabcast YouTube channel with Daniel and Mindy. And we will see everybody Wednesday afternoon for Animated Showdown.
Everybody have a
Take
great
care.
night.
Hasta la bye-bye.
Yeah. Yes, Eric, do the shorts.
Peace.
Yep.